Mindbender Mental Performance Podcast.
Welcome back to the Mindbender Mental Performance Pod, the only pod that makes players and athletes and people fuerta en la cabeza. El lugar es aquí, el momento es ahora. Wherever you are, the place is here. The time is now. We're taking it from the clouds to the dirt where it can grow one episode at a time, knocking down mental and emotional barriers that get in the way of consistent and confident performance. Today, episode 150. First and foremost, see the ball. Lessons from the book, The Mental Keys to Hitting by H.A. Dorfman, Harvey Dorfman. What's the A stand for? Probably attitude and appearance. I don't know. Google it. Let's strip this game down to its simplest, most foundational truth. You can't hit what you can't see. It's not philosophy. That's physics. That's human fucking nature. You cannot hit what you cannot see isn't some deep philosophical concept. It's human fucking nature. It's physiology. It's neuroscience. It's how the body and the brain work together to process reality. This isn't about mindset hacks or motivational quotes, although I'm never one to shy away from an inspirational address. This is about raw survival instincts that are hardwired into every great ball player's system, every great athlete's system. Your eyes are your first step in reaction, in response. When a pitch is coming at 90 plus, and that's happening at freaking 13U now, all right, holy shit. Your brain processes it first through your vision. What happens is the optic nerve sends signals to the brain, which interpret the ball's speed, its trajectory, its spin, all of that. Only after that, your body decides how to move. If you don't see it clearly, you're late. And if you're late, you're fucked. Party's out front. And if you're not out front, you don't get to go to prom in the stretch limo, in the stretchy. You got to go in the back of your neighbor's dad's Chevy S10 who drops you off at the front of the school or wherever prom is. The brain works in real time, not in theories. Your vision processes images in fractions of a second. What happens is it translates that data into movement. Then your brain fine-tunes the timing and the coordination. And if any of that lags behind, if you're slow in processing, you didn't track the ball well. Your entire swing starts to collapse. Your eyes control your hands. The phrase hand-eye coordination exists for a reason. Your hands can only go where your eyes direct them. If your eyes are late, your swing starts late. If your eyes misjudge the pitch, your barrel is off. Your eyes are your fucking GPS. They're the roadmap to the party. Your hands are just the car. If you can't see where you're going, don't expect to arrive on time, right? Now you're in the Chevy S10, not in the stretchy. Seeing the ball well slows your game down. Ever wonder why elite level hitters say the ball looks bigger when they're locked in? It's because their vision is locked onto the ball early. They're not panicked. They're not guessing. They're not hoping to make contact. They see it, then they smoke it. They track it and whack it. Flight, fight, or freeze. What survival instinct of hitting are you tapped into? The human brain doesn't like uncertainty. When you don't see something well, your body hesitates. That hesitation, that's the difference between hitting a double, oppo taco, and getting punched. Looking. Every single response in life starts with your vision. You flinch when something comes at your face. You hit the brakes when you see a car stopping ahead of you. You duck when you see a bat flying out of someone's hands. Right? Like what happened to Ed Harris in spring training with the Cleveland Indians back in Tucson, right? When he drank Joe Boo's rum. Hitting is the same fucking thing. It's not deep. If you don't see the ball, you can't react to it. This is biology. It's not theory. You don't need to be a fucking genius to hit. You don't need a PhD in physics. You need to see the fucking ball. And if you're not seeing it well, that's not bad luck. That's a problem that you have a choice and an opportunity to fix. So the next time you step into your box, don't think about your swing. Don't think about launch angle. Don't think about your stats. Think about one thing. See the ball. Because if you don't, it doesn't matter how good your mechanics are, you're already out. But the thing is, how many of you actually prioritize seeing the baseball? How many of you get in the box truly locked in on tracking the pitch from the second it leaves the pitcher's hand to the exact moment it meets the bat? Most hitters, I'll tell you what they do. They're worried about their stance. They're thinking about their hands. They're analyzing their swing path, what their exit velo was, the launch angle, and they're missing the only thing that actually matters, the ball. So today, let's drill into probably what I think the most important mental key to hitting is vision. Because if you don't see the ball, you don't hit the ball. And if you don't hit the ball, you don't fucking play. So H.A. Dorfman, the great Harvey Dorfman, put it like this: however good your mechanics may be, you won't succeed if I blindfold you. However good your mechanics may be, you won't succeed if I blindfold you. A hitter with bad mechanics but elite pitch tracking, he's got a shot. A hitter with textbook mechanics but a shitty ability to see the ball, see ya. Have fun in Sheboygan. Here's your Greyhound bus ticket and some meal money. Look, a 90-mile-an-hour fastball reaches home plate in 0.4 seconds. That means you have less than a tenth of a second to recognize the pitch and decide whether to swing and execute it. There's no time for extra thoughts. You can't think and hit at the same time. I think the great Yogi Berra said that. Dorfman used to say the eyes obey exactly the action of the mind. The eyes obey exactly the action of the mind. What's it mean? If your mind is clear, your vision will be sharp. If your mind is cluttered, your vision will be cloudy as shit. That's why elite hitters simplify. When the great Barry Bonds, the greatest player of all time, Shohei had the best season ever. And then you run the statistics and they find out Shohei's, what they said was the best season of all time was Barry Bonds' statistically 11th best year. When Barry Bonds was asked about the best swing in baseball, his answer wasn't some poetic breakdown of launch angles or biomechanics or, hands in the slot. He said the best swing, the one that makes contact. Simple. See the ball, hit the ball. Put the fat part of the bat on the ball, hit it where it's pitched. Or like the mayor, our dear friend of the program, Sean Casey, says, see ball, be easy, hammer it. Why do hitters stop seeing the ball well? Why do hitters lose their ability to see the baseball? Could be a physical issue. Your eyes are shit, maybe. Some guys literally can't see well enough. If you've been struggling to pick up the ball, get your damn eyes checked. Dorfman, in the book, I remember, tells a story about a big leaguer who thought he was in a massive slump. Turns out dude just needed glasses. He needed to go to the optometrist. Ha! How about mental distractions? You're thinking about everything except baseball. You're going to the amusement park, not the ballpark. The mind leads the body. If you're stepping in the box carrying distractions, off the field stress, what somebody said on the gram, what your parents said, what your teammates said, what your girlfriend said, what your coach said, mechanical overthinking, you're already behind. I've worked with hitters who are so wrapped up in their own heads, they weren't even seeing the fucking ball. No release point awareness. You don't know where to look. Some guys struggle picking up the ball against certain arm slots. A guy who only tracks well against two fingers on top, over the top pitchers, he's going to get chewed up by star armors or low 3/4 guys, but that's trainable. But you have to work at it. You got to work at your weakness. Will the Thrill Clark, in one of the greatest baseball podcasts that's out there, with my dear friend of the program, Eric Burns, a.k.a. Enrique Bayrenes, said with Will the Thrill, when Thrill's setting up guys in the A system, in the high A system for the Giants who he consults with, and it's like, where do you want the team, man? and every single guy puts middle cookie. Well, great. We know you can hit the shit out of a middle cookie, but let's put it in some of your weak spots and work on those. Are you a self-conscious hitter? Are you a clear-minded hitter? There's two types. The self-conscious hitter gets in the box thinking about his mechanics, trying to manufacture a perfect swing on a prayer, being primal. Mind is all cluttered with bullshit. He's got so much crap floating around in his own head, he's getting in his own way. What's the result? Late swing, weak contact, getting punched. How about a clear-minded hitter? He steps in the box with one thought: see the ball. Tracks the pitch from release to contact. What does a clear-minded hitter do? He tracks the pitch from release to contact and trusts himself and lets it eat. Pete Rose, one of the greatest hitters of all time. Guy wasn't a scientist, right? Doesn't take a genius to be a great hitter, right? But he did know how to simplify it, and that's exactly why he was so damn good, right? No overthinking, no paralysis by analysis, just seeing the ball and hitting the ball. See the ball, hit the ball. Vision is really the bridge between the chaos and the mastery, right? So think about it. What separates the guy who thrives in high pressure moments from the guy who crumbles? It's not mechanics. It's not strength. It ain't talent. It's the ability to slow the game down and see what's happening in real time. How do you slow the game down? Well, first starts by slowing yourself down. And slowing yourself down starts with a good, long, slow, deep breath. Are you breathing, man? That same 95-mile-an-hour Skittle that eats one guy up looks like a beach ball to another dude. Why? Well, number one, he's trained for it because that second guy has trained himself to see the ball early, right? See it clearly and then trust himself to do what he's trained to do. Seeing the ball isn't just a skill. It's certainly a practice. And like any practice, it requires self-discipline. And what is the most important word in self-discipline? Fucking self. You can't just show up on game day and expect to see it well. Nope. Practice is where the action is. The separation's in the preparation. You don't rise to the occasion on game day. You sink to the level of your preparation and your process and your routines. You have to train your eyes every day. Track the ball in beeps. Self-grade your vision after every at-bat. Reinforce the habit of locking in on the ball first before anything else. Because when you train your vision, you train your ability to perform under pressure. Life is going to throw shit at you that you don't expect. Just like a pitcher throwing some slurge, breaking ball, fork ball, sinker, cutter when you're sitting fastball. The people who win, the players who win, are the ones who adjust quickly and self-coach. The ones who see it coming before it fully breaks off. That's what vision does for you. It's the bridge. So in your next beep session, make it all about seeing the baseball. Forget mechanics. Fuck results. Just see the ball and hit the ball. And after your session, assess your vision. Did I see the ball well? Did I track it well? Was I picking it up early? Was I locked in? Being where my feet were? Was I seeing, feeling, and hearing the dirt or the turf underneath my feet as I took possession of my box? Did I take a good pre-pitch breath on the sweet spot of the barrel, or was I distracted? This game is not about how pretty your swing looks. It's about hard fucking contact. And that only happens when you see the ball like your life depends on it, because your baseball life does. So see it and fucking hit it. Para mis jugadoras latinas, más línea, más vida. Hasta la próxima, recuerda. Si quieres ser un jugador disciplinado, comprometido y preparado en el futuro, empiezas esa mierda hoy. Se necesita lo que se necesita y lo mejor está por venir. Until next time, remember, if you want to be a disciplined, committed, and prepared ball player in the future, you start that shit today. It fucking takes what it takes, and the best is yet to come.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap